The Mute Husband, The Arranged Marriage, from Bright's African Tales. Lucy Okafor stood outside the big house in Benin City, Edo State, holding her small bag. She was nervous. Today she would meet her husband for the first time, a man she married through family arrangement but had never seen. The housekeeper, Mrs. Benson, opened the door. "Madam, welcome, but please you must know something important. Mr. Ethan does not like noise. He does not talk. If he does not signal you, do not speak freely." Lucy nodded, though she felt confused. Inside the house, she saw him, Ethan Obi, her husband. He was the most handsome man she had ever seen, tall with dark skin and sharp features, but when she greeted him, he only looked at her briefly and walked away without a word. That night, Lucy could not sleep. She used her phone to search about her husband's condition. "Selective mutism," she read. "Patients need family support, companionship, and communication." Communication, I can do that, Lucy said to herself. Back in secondary school, I talked so much to my quiet classmate that he became more social. If I cure my husband's problem, the Obi family will accept me forever. I will never be homeless again. The next morning, Lucy tried to eat breakfast with Ethan. "Sir, will you eat with me today?" Ethan did not respond. "You cannot work on an empty stomach. How can you not eat? If you die of hunger, I will become a widow." Lucy continued talking. Mrs. Benson whispered to the gateman, "Is Madam tired of living? She is disturbing Mr. Ethan." But Lucy kept trying. "Do you want to eat? Eat, eat, eat." Finally, Ethan looked up and nodded slightly. Lucy smiled. It was a small victory, learning to connect. Weeks passed. Lucy discovered that Ethan worked at Obi Group, the biggest company in Edo State. He controlled businesses in real estate, banking, and construction. Everyone feared him because he was silent and powerful. One day, Lucy cooked jollof rice with chicken. "Sir, this food is very sweet. It will make you happy," she said, eating enthusiastically. "See how I am enjoying it." Ethan watched her talk non-stop. Usually people were silent around him, but this woman never stopped talking. Strangely, he did not hate it. "Can we talk small?" Lucy asked. "You are home today. Let us gist." Mrs. Benson nearly fainted. Nobody used the word chat with Mr. Ethan. "How many days in a month are you in Benin City?" Lucy asked, then answered herself when he raised his fingers. "Ah, I see. That is good." She brought out a small notepad. "I read that we can communicate by writing. You write. I read. Easy." Ethan was surprised. This girl was very clever. He picked up the pen and wrote, "Are you annoyed that I talk too much?" Lucy read it and laughed. "No, not at all. I knew you would not mind." Work and jealousy. Lucy worked at Edo State Television as a producer. Her colleague Bella always made trouble for her. One day at work, Bella mocked Lucy. "Some people are just sleeping on the job. If you cannot work, go home." "I was resting during lunch break." "Is that a crime?" Lucy replied. Then Lucy's phone rang. It was from Obi Group. Her eyes widened. "If Obi Group invests in our show, we will be rich," one colleague said. Bella sneered. "Lucy is trying to use Mr. Obi, but I heard Mrs. Obi is beautiful and dignified. You cannot compare." Lucy smiled to herself. They did not know she was Mrs. Obi. Later, Ethan came to inspect the television station for potential investment. When he saw Lucy fixing a technical problem during the presentation, his eyes followed her movements. He had not known his wife worked here. Lucy saw him but pretended not to know him, focusing on her work. After she fixed the computer, everyone clapped. Ethan left quickly, his heart beating strangely. He waited outside in his car for 3 hours just to see her leave work. When Lucy came out, she saw his car. "Sir, did you come to pick me?" Ethan wrote on his phone, "Just passing by." "Liar, you waited for me." "Thank you, my husband. You are the best." The next week, Lucy's show received an 80 million naira investment from Obi Group. Everyone at the station was celebrating. "Thank you, sponsor daddy," her colleagues shouted about Ethan. Bella watched with jealous eyes. She had seen Lucy enter Ethan's car and started spreading rumors. "Lucy is dating the sponsor for money. She is a homewrecker." The rumors spread across the office. One day, Bella confronted Lucy in front of everyone. "You are shameless, sleeping with Mr. Obi for money." Lucy stayed calm. What are you talking about? We saw you enter his car. You are his small girl, breaking up his marriage. Other colleagues joined in. Yes, you have no shame. Mrs. Obi will deal with you. Just then, Ethan walked into the office. Everyone froze. Lucy smiled. Sir, you came. She held his hand. Everyone, meet my husband, Ethan Obi. The office became silent like a graveyard. Bella's mouth opened wide. Mrs. Obi, someone whispered. Lucy is Mrs. Obi? Ethan put his arm around Lucy's waist, showing everyone she was his wife. Then he did something shocking. He spoke his first words in years. Anyone who disrespects my wife will lose their job. Meeting the family, Ethan's grandfather, Papa Obi, lived in a big house in GRA. He was a retired army general, tough but kind. Ethan, Lucy, come. Papa Obi hugged them when they visited. My granddaughter-in-law, you are wonderful. You made Ethan better. He even replied to my text message with okay instead of just nodding. Lucy laughed. The old man loved to talk about his army days. This boy, Ethan, he has not spoken since his parents died in that car accident when he was 7 years old, Papa Obi told Lucy privately. The accident happened during a rainstorm. His mother had just given birth to Brian and was not well in her mind. She grabbed the steering wheel while arguing with his father. The car crashed. Ethan saw everything. Lucy's heart broke. Oh, Papa, that is very sad. But you, my dear, you are healing him. Here, take these. Papa Obi gave her documents. These are property papers for 2 islands and the Orchid Hotel in Benin City. All yours. Papa, this is too much. Nonsense. You are Obi's first wife, the madam of this house. These are small gifts. After that day, Ethan began speaking more often, though only short sentences. He said thank you when Lucy cooked. He said good night before sleeping. Each word was precious. One night, Lucy bought him new shirts, all black because she noticed he loved dark colors. Do you like them? She asked nervously. I like them, Ethan said. Thank you. Lucy jumped up happily. You spoke again. At work, Lucy planned to use the Orchid Hotel, which she now owned, for her show's finale. When her colleagues learned she owned the hotel, they were shocked. Mrs. Obi actually owns the Orchid Hotel, they whispered. Meanwhile, Ethan's younger brothers caused trouble. Ian, the wild one, liked to race motorcycles and fight. Brian, the quiet one, made music. Both brothers liked the same girl, and they started fighting. Lucy rushed to stop them. If you fight, I will knock your heads. But Ian accidentally pushed her. Before she could fall, Ethan appeared and caught her. If you ever disrespect Lucy again, leave the Obi family, Ethan shouted at Ian. His voice was strong and clear. Everyone was stunned. Ethan had spoken a full sentence. Dealing with relatives one day, Lucy's distant relatives came to Orchid Hotel, hoping to get jobs through her connection. Lucy, we are family. Help your cousin get a job in the hotel, her uncle said. Lucy called the hotel manager. Please remember these people's faces. If they come asking for jobs, reject them. No interviews. What? Lucy, how can you be so wicked? Her relatives shouted. Even if I had a brother, I would tell him to find a job by himself based on his qualifications, not family connections, Lucy said firmly. Ethan stood beside her, supporting her decision. Everything is at Mrs. Obi's discretion. She owns this hotel. The relatives left in shame. Nightmares and healing. During rainstorms, Ethan had terrible nightmares about the accident. He would wake up shaking and sweating. Lucy learned to sing to him during these times, just like her mother did when she was young. She would hold his hand and sing soft Edo lullabies until he calmed down. Dr. Kane, Ethan's therapist, told Lucy, "You are the key to his healing. Continue what you are doing." One night during therapy, Dr. Kane tried exposure treatment, showing Ethan pictures of cars and rain. Ethan became very agitated. "Stop, this is hurting him," Lucy shouted. She held Ethan close and sang until his breathing steadied. That night, for the first time, Ethan said full sentences about the accident. They died in the car crash. I was 7. It was raining. I screamed for help, but nobody came. Lucy cried with him. I am here now. You are not alone anymore. Business trip scare. Ethan needed to travel to Lagos for business. Lucy packed his bag, but she felt uneasy. In the original timeline from her dream memory, a plane had crashed on May 26th. That was today. "Which flight are you taking?" Lucy asked nervously. "The 2 p.m. flight," Ethan replied. Lucy's hands shook. That was the flight that crashed in her dream. "Please, do not go. Take another flight." "Lucy, I must go. The company needs me." After Ethan left for the airport, Lucy could not stop crying. She called his phone many times, but he did not answer. Then the news came. Flight 234 to Lagos has crashed. No survivors. Lucy screamed, "Ethan, no, please God, no." She ran outside in the rain, crying and praying. Suddenly, a car pulled up. Ethan stepped out. "Lucy, why are you crying?" "Ethan!" Lucy threw herself into his arms. "You are alive." "I thought, the plane. I finished work early and took an earlier flight. I am home." Lucy held him tight, sobbing. "Never scare me like that again." Ethan held her close. "I promise, if flying makes you worry, I will not fly. I will always come back to you." Love confession that night, still shaken, Lucy could not let go of Ethan. "I was so afraid I lost you," she whispered. Ethan wiped her tears. "Lucy, I need to tell you something. I like you very much. Very, very much." Lucy looked up at him, tears still on her face. "What a coincidence, Ethan. I like you too. Very, very much." They kissed in the rain, holding each other like they would never let go. The next morning, Lucy woke up in Ethan's arms. He was already awake, watching her sleep. "Good morning," he said softly. "You spoke first thing in the morning." Lucy smiled. "This is the best day." Meeting Lucy's parents, Ethan insisted on visiting Lucy's parents properly. They drove to their small house in Sapele Road. "Mama, Papa, we are here," Lucy called. Her parents came out, surprised to see a big car outside. "Lucy, you brought your husband." Her mother was excited. Her father was more cautious. "Ethan, Lucy can be stubborn. Has she given you trouble?" "Not at all, sir," Ethan said clearly. "She is wonderful." Lucy's mother started crying. "You can speak. Oh, thank God. Our son-in-law can speak." They ate dinner together, pounded yam with a goosey soup. Ethan ate 3 wraps, which shocked Lucy because he usually ate very little. "Papa, do you remember when Lucy was in secondary school?" Ethan asked, making conversation. Lucy's father laughed. "Yes, many boys used to wait outside our house to see her. I chased them all away with a broom." Everyone laughed. Lucy felt warm inside seeing Ethan bond with her parents. Office drama. At the television station, Lucy's colleague Sebastian was always friendly to her. He was a popular presenter, handsome and charming. One day, Bella started new rumors. Lucy and Sebastian are too close. Even though she is married, she is still flirting. When Ethan heard this rumor, his face became dark. He showed up at Lucy's office unannounced. "Sir, what are you doing here?" Lucy was surprised. "I came to pick you up," Ethan said, putting his arm around her waist in front of everyone. Sebastian quickly said, "Mr. Obi, Lucy and I are just colleagues. Professional only." Ethan nodded, but did not let go of Lucy until they reached the car. In the car, Lucy laughed. "Were you jealous?" "Yes," Ethan admitted. "There is no need. I only love you." Family dinner. Papa Obi organized a big family dinner. All the Obi family gathered. Ethan, Lucy, Ian, Brian, and many relatives. Ian was still grumpy from being scolded earlier. "Why do I have to come?" "Because I said so," Papa Obi replied. Lucy cooked special food today. Lucy had prepared pepper soup, fried fish, jollof rice, and mwamwai. The whole family ate together, laughing and talking. "Ethan, you have changed so much," one uncle said. "You are speaking, smiling, even joking." "It is because of Lucy," Ethan said, looking at his wife with love in his eyes. Brian whispered to Ian, "I have never seen our brother like this. Love is powerful." After dinner, Lucy showed Papa Obi old photos she found. "Papa, is this you in your army uniform?" "Yes, that was 1970 during the war." "See this man here? That was my best friend. We suffered together." Lucy listened to all his stories, asking questions and making him laugh. Ethan watched her, amazed at how easily she connected with everyone. The rainstorm one evening, dark clouds covered Benin City. Thunder roared and rain poured down heavily. Ethan became very quiet, his hands shaking. Lucy knew what was happening. The rain reminded him of the accident. "Come," she said gently, leading him to sit down. She held his hand and began singing an old Edo song her grandmother taught her. "Omo regie masere o, omo ogian masere." Child, don't cry. Beautiful child doesn't cry. Ethan's breathing slowly calmed. "Lucy, stay with me." "Always," she promised. "Every rainstorm, I will be here. You are not alone anymore." They sat together watching the rain through the window. Ethan talked more about that terrible day, things he had never told anyone. "I thought God was punishing me," he whispered. "I thought if I spoke, something bad would happen again." "No, Ethan, it was not your fault. You were just a child." Lucy's television show became the most popular in Edo State. The finale episode was planned for Orchid Hotel, with live performances and celebrity guests. On the night of the finale, Lucy wore a beautiful blue dress. Ethan wore a black suit. They arrived together and everyone applauded. "Mrs. Obi, Mr. Obi, welcome." The show was a huge success. During the live broadcast, the host asked Lucy about her success. "I must thank my husband," Lucy said into the microphone. "He believed in me when others did not. He supported me even when he could not speak. Now he speaks, and every word is precious to me." The audience clapped. Ethan stood up and joined her on stage. "My wife is the strongest person I know," Ethan said clearly, his voice reaching everyone in the room. "She healed me with her love, her patience, and her endless talking." Everyone laughed. "I love you, Lucy Obi," Ethan said. "I love you too, Ethan Obi," Lucy replied. They kissed on stage while cameras flashed and the audience cheered. Epilogue. A year after the finale, Lucy and Ethan sat in their garden watching the sunset over Benin City. "Do you remember when we first met?" Lucy asked. "You would not even look at me." Ethan smiled. "I remember. You were so noisy, I thought you would drive me crazy." "And now?" "Now I cannot imagine life without your noise." Lucy laughed and rested her head on his shoulder. "Ethan, I have news." "What news?" "We are going to have a baby." Ethan was silent for a moment, then he stood up and shouted with joy, the loudest sound Lucy had ever heard from him. "We are having a baby." He picked her up and spun her around carefully. Mrs. Benson came running. "Sir, is everything okay?" "Everything is perfect," Ethan said, laughing. "We are having a baby." That night, they told Papa Obi, who cried tears of joy. Finally, a great-grandchild. The Obi family continues. Ian and Brian argued over who would be the better uncle. Lucy's parents came over with gifts and prayers. As everyone celebrated, Lucy looked at Ethan, the man who could not speak but learned to, the man who was afraid to love but learned how, the man who was alone but found family. "Thank you," Ethan whispered to her. "For what?" "For not giving up on me. For talking until I had to respond. For loving me when I could not love myself." Lucy smiled. "That is what marriage is, Ethan. We heal each other." And in their home in Benin City, Edo State, they lived happily, talking and laughing together, proving that love can heal even the deepest wounds. The baby, 9 months, passed quickly. Lucy's belly grew round and big. Ethan became very protective, always holding her hand and speaking softly to their unborn child. "Papa is here," he would say every morning, placing his hand on her stomach. "Papa loves you already." One night in December, Lucy woke up with sharp pains. "Ethan, the baby is coming." Ethan jumped up immediately. "Mrs. Benson, start the car. We are going to the hospital." At St. Philomena Hospital in Benin City, Lucy held Ethan's hand tightly as the contractions grew stronger. "You are doing well," Ethan encouraged her. "Just breathe. I am here." After 6 hours of labor, their baby girl was born. She had Lucy's bright eyes and Ethan's strong features. "She is perfect," Lucy whispered, tears running down her face. Ethan could not speak. He just stared at his daughter, overwhelmed with love. Finally, he found his voice. "Thank you, Lucy. Thank you for this gift." They named her Adesua, which means royalty in Edo language. New challenges. When they brought baby Adesua home, the whole family came to celebrate. Papa Obi held his great-granddaughter and cried tears of joy. This child will bring even more blessings to our family, he declared. But life with a newborn was not easy. Adesua cried every night. Lucy was exhausted, but she never complained. One night, Ethan found Lucy asleep in the rocking chair with the baby. He gently took Adesua and let Lucy rest. "Your mama is tired, little one," Ethan whispered. "Let Papa take care of you tonight." He walked around the room, singing the same Edo lullaby Lucy had sung to him during rainstorms. Baby Adesua slowly stopped crying and fell asleep in his arms. Lucy woke up and saw them. Her heart filled with love. The man who once could not speak was now singing to their daughter. Lucy's promotion, 6 months after Adesua was born, Lucy returned to work. The television station offered her a big promotion, head of productions for all of Edo State. "This is a wonderful opportunity," her boss said. "But it means more travel and longer hours. Can you manage with the baby?" Lucy looked at Ethan, who had come with her to the meeting. "My wife can do anything," Ethan said firmly. "Our family will support her. I will adjust my schedule to help with Adesua." Lucy got the promotion. True to his word, Ethan reduced his office hours and worked more from home. He learned to change diapers, prepare baby food, and even braid Adesua's hair, though not very well. Mrs. Benson was amazed. "Sir, you have really changed. Before you did not even smile. Now you are playing with the baby and singing." Ian's transformation. Ian, Ethan's wild younger brother, finally listened to Lucy's advice. He went back to school to finish his master's degree in business. One day he came to Lucy and Ethan's house. "Sister Lucy, I want to thank you." "For what?" "You told me to become someone worthy of being loved. I am trying now. I am back in school and I stopped racing motorcycles. The girl I liked, Kia, she noticed. We are talking now, slowly building friendship first." Lucy hugged him. "I am proud of you, Ian." "Ethan," Ian turned to his older brother, "I am sorry for all the trouble I caused. Thank you for not giving up on me." Ethan smiled. "We are brothers. Family never gives up on family." Brian's music career, the quiet musician brother, released his first album. The launch party was at Orchid Hotel. All of Benin City's important people came. The music was beautiful, a mix of traditional Edo sounds and modern beats. "This song is for my brother Ethan and sister Lucy," Brian announced. "They showed me that love can heal anything." He sang a song called "Silent No More" about Ethan's journey from silence to speaking. Everyone in the room cried, including Ethan. After the performance, Ethan hugged Brian tightly. "I am proud of you, little brother." "I learned from the best," Brian replied. "You taught me that real strength is not in being tough, but in being brave enough to be vulnerable." On their second wedding anniversary, Ethan planned a surprise for Lucy. He took her back to the place where they first met, the old television station building, now renovated. "Why are we here?" Lucy asked. "Close your eyes," Ethan said. When Lucy opened her eyes, she saw the room decorated with candles and flowers. A projector showed photos of their journey, from their awkward first meeting to their wedding to baby Adesua's birth. "Lucy Okafor, now Lucy Obi," Ethan began. "2 years ago, I was a broken man who could not speak, could not love, could not even smile. You came into my life like a storm, loud, unstoppable, and impossible to ignore." Lucy laughed through her tears. "You talked until I had to respond. You loved until I had to love back. You healed wounds I thought would never heal. Today I can speak clearly, but words are still not enough to tell you how much I love you." He got down on one knee and brought out a new ring, a beautiful diamond set in gold. "I want to marry you again, not because our families arranged it, but because I chose you. Every day I choose you. Will you marry me again?" Lucy could not stop crying. "Yes, yes, Ethan, 1,000 times yes." They renewed their vows in a small ceremony at Papa Obi's house, with close family and friends. This time, when the pastor said, "You may kiss the bride," Ethan did not hesitate. He kissed Lucy deeply while everyone cheered. Giving back, with their lives now stable and happy, Lucy and Ethan decided to help others. They started the Speak Up Foundation, a charity helping children with selective mutism and other speech disorders. They built a therapy center in Benin City with the best doctors and equipment. Children from all over Edo State came for free treatment. Lucy personally visited families, encouraging them. Do not give up. My husband did not speak for 20 years, but look at him now. With love, patience, and proper help, healing is possible. Ethan spoke at schools and conferences, sharing his story. Silence is not always peaceful. Sometimes it is a prison, but there is always hope. There are always people who will help you find your voice again. The foundation helped hundreds of children. Parents would come to thank Lucy and Ethan with tears in their eyes. You gave us hope when we had none, one mother said. Our son is speaking now because of you. Papa Obi was getting older but remained sharp. One Sunday afternoon, he called Lucy and Ethan to his house. Sit down, both of you, he said. I want to tell you something important. They sat, holding hands. When Ethan's parents died, I blamed myself, Papa Obi began. I thought I failed as a father and grandfather. I watched Ethan suffer in silence for years, and I did not know how to help him. I brought in doctors, therapists, specialists. Nothing worked. He looked at Lucy with tears in his eyes. Then you came, this small girl who would not stop talking. At first, I thought you would annoy him. But you did what all the experts could not do. You loved him back to life. Papa, Lucy started to speak. Let me finish. Papa Obi raised his hand. Marriage is not just about love. It is about choosing to stay when things are hard. It is about healing each other's wounds. You two have shown this family what real marriage looks like. You have shown me that sometimes the best medicine is simply refusing to give up on someone. He pulled out an envelope. This is the deed to my personal estate in Lagos. I am giving it to you both. Use it for your foundation, or your family, or whatever you wish. You have earned it. Ethan stood up and hugged his grandfather. Thank you, Papa, for everything. The threat. Not everyone was happy about Lucy and Ethan's success. A business rival, Chief Okonkwo, wanted to take over Obi Group. He spread false rumors about Ethan's mental health. How can a man who could not speak for 20 years run a company? Chief Okonkwo told investors. He is unstable, unreliable. Some investors began to pull out their money. The company's stock dropped. Lucy was furious. That wicked man, we must sue him for defamation. But Ethan was calm. No, Lucy, we will not fight with words. We will fight with results. Ethan called a press conference, his first ever public speaking event. Reporters from all over Nigeria came. My name is Ethan Obi, he began clearly, his voice strong. 20 years ago, I stopped speaking after a traumatic event. Yes, this is true. But I never stopped thinking, planning, or working. He presented Obi Group's financial records. Profits had doubled in the past 2 years. I built this company in silence. Now I run it with words. My past does not define my capabilities, results do. And the results speak for themselves. The reporters applauded. The next day, newspapers across Nigeria praised Ethan's courage. Chief Okonkwo's plan failed. Investors returned to Obi Group, and the stock price rose higher than before. Baby number 2, 2 years after Adesua was born, Lucy discovered she was pregnant again. This time with a boy. Adesua will have a brother, Lucy announced at family dinner. Little Adesua, now a talkative 3-year-old, jumped up and down. Brother, brother, I want to play with my brother. The pregnancy was easier this time. Lucy knew what to expect. Ethan was even more attentive, making sure she rested and ate well. Their son was born on a sunny day in July. They named him Osaze, meaning loved by God. When Ethan held Osaze for the first time, he made a promise. My son, I will teach you to be strong but gentle, powerful but kind. I will teach you that real men can cry, can love, can speak their hearts. Lucy watched with joy. The man who once could not express any emotion was now the most loving father. Full circle, 5 years after their marriage, Lucy and Ethan went back to visit Lucy's old secondary school in Benin City. The principal invited them to speak to the students about success and overcoming challenges. Ethan stood before hundreds of students. He was no longer nervous about public speaking. When I was young like you, I thought my silence made me weak, he told them. I thought not speaking meant I was broken forever, but I was wrong. He looked at Lucy, who sat in the front row with Adesua and Osaze. Weakness is not in being silent or in struggling. Weakness is in giving up. Strength is in accepting help. Strength is in trying again every day. And sometimes, strength is found in the people who refuse to let you quit on yourself. The students gave him a standing ovation. After the talk, a shy boy approached Ethan. "Sir, I also do not talk much. People say I am strange." Ethan knelt down to the boy's level. "You are not strange. You are unique. And one day, you will find someone who will help you discover your voice, just like my wife helped me. Until then, know that silence does not make you less valuable." The boy hugged Ethan and cried. The storm returns. That night, another heavy rainstorm hit Benin City. Thunder crashed and lightning flashed across the sky. Lucy worried that Ethan would have nightmares again, but when she checked on him, he was standing by the window, calm and peaceful. "Are you okay?" she asked. "Yes," Ethan said. "For the first time in my life, I can watch the rain without fear." "Do you know why?" "Why?" "Because every time it rained before, I was alone with my memories. Now when it rains, I have you. I have our children. I have a family. The rain does not bring back pain anymore. It just brings water to the earth." Lucy held his hand. "You have healed, Ethan. Truly healed." He pulled her close. "We healed each other, Lucy. That is the beauty of it." They stood together, watching the rain, with baby Osaz sleeping in the room and Adeswa dreaming peacefully in her bed. Epilogue. 10 years after their first meeting, Lucy and Ethan sat on their veranda watching their children play in the garden. Adeswa was now 13, tall and smart like her father, talkative like her mother. Osaz was 10, quiet but thoughtful, always reading or drawing. The Speak Up Foundation had expanded to 12 states in Nigeria, helping thousands of children find their voices. Obi Group is now the most successful company in southern Nigeria. Ian had married Kia and was running the company's real estate division. Brian's music had won international awards. Papa Obi was still alive at 92, still telling his army stories to anyone who would listen. "Can you believe it has been 10 years?" Lucy asked Ethan. "Best 10 years of my life," Ethan replied. "Though the first few months when I could not speak to you were frustrating." Lucy laughed. "You made up for it. Now I cannot get you to stop talking." "I learned from the best teacher," Ethan smiled. That evening, the whole family gathered for dinner. Papa Obi, Ian and Kia with their twins, Brian and his girlfriend, Lucy's parents, and all the children. As they sat around the table eating pounded yam and egusi soup, with everyone talking and laughing at once, Ethan looked around and felt complete peace. He had spent 20 years in silence, trapped by trauma and fear. Then Lucy came into his life, loud, persistent, loving, and impossible to ignore. She talked until he had to respond. She loved until he had to love back. She believed in him until he could believe in himself. Now his house was full of voices, laughter, and love. His children would never know the silence he knew. His heart would never again be frozen by fear. "What are you thinking about?" Lucy whispered to him. "I am thinking that I am the luckiest man in Edo State," Ethan replied. "Maybe in all of Nigeria." "Just Nigeria," Lucy teased. "In the whole world," Ethan corrected himself. "I have you, our children, our family, our work helping others. What more could a man want?" "Nothing," Lucy agreed. "We have everything that matters." As the sun set over Benin City, painting the sky in shades of orange and purple, the Obi family continued their dinner. The sound of their voices, talking, laughing, arguing, loving, filled the house and spilled out into the evening air. Ethan Obi, who once lived in silence, now lived in beautiful, chaotic, joyful noise. And he would not have it any other way. The end of the story. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to this channel for more content like this. Make sure you drop your comment and share your thoughts with us.